की जय। बोलो श्री कुंडलिनी माता श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
Please be seated. May God bless. Come forward. The other day, I talked to you about the importance of dedication in Sahaja Yoga and the devotion that one should have. Actually, when we are close to the mountain, we can't see much of it. And that's why we don't realize the volume that is so close to us, the greatness that is facing us. This is one of the illusions that works out for people who do not realize it mentally, what they are in for. Where are they? What have they found? What is self-realization? What is its magnitude? How far they have to go? Why are they chosen? What is their purpose of life? How far they have come up? How far they can understand? All these things are beyond the grasp, and one gets stunned. One doesn't know what has happened to him when he got realization actually. That's why to understand this, is only possible if you can understand how to dedicate, how to devote yourself. If you want to analyze anything on the basis of your rationality, you are too stunned. It's beyond you. It's fantastic. It is too much. It's really beyond. Now think of it, you have got realization. Can you believe it? That you can in your lifetime. If somebody had told you this, you would never have believed it. That how can you get your realization in this earth? Of course you are seeking, because people were saying you have to seek, also you felt you have to seek. But you never thought that this will materialize like this, that you will get your realization. Then after getting realization, you could not feel what it was. As if you have dropped into the ocean and you don't know what is the dimension of this ocean. How far you have gone into it. What is it? Where are we? What is our purpose? To add up to all the mess, we become thoughtless. So you cannot even find out as to rationally what it is. So the immensity of this experience, the glory of your mother's coming, or the precious gift of your self-realization, nothing can be realized through your understanding. Try to think. What have you got? Can you measure it with your understanding? Can you understand what has happened? No, you cannot. Because rationality cannot give you the dimensions into which you have fallen. The rationality is actually broken up. There is no rationality left now anymore to even communicate as to what you have been seeking and where have you landed? So the only method you have got now, or only way is left to you, for a drop which has become an ocean, is to dissolve more in the ocean, so that you feel the ocean at least, and to communicate with other drops in such a way that you know the whole through all of them. So first is a complete devotion. It's very important. In this incarnation only, it is so very important, because you have got realization. If you did not have realization, all right, murmuring souls, all right, half-baked people, all right, little bit misbehaving, all right. This can be forgiven, that can be forgiven. Everything is forgiven to look at it. Everybody thinks that mother is forgiving us. That's not the point. I am forgiving because of my own nature. But you do not take it for granted. You are harming yourself by accepting that forgiveness. If you all the time think, oh mother, you are so forgiving, please forgive me, you are already forgiven as it is. Once you call me mother, you are forgiven. But what's the advantage? You don't have any advantage of that. You are a loser. At this point, at least rationally, if you understand, then you will understand what is a devotion. So, in devotion of Sahaja, one has to realize that the things that are in Sahaja, that you have seen in Sahaja, are beyond your mind. First thing. Definitely they are beyond human conception. So, at human level, you do not discuss them and you do not talk about them. But on the collective level, you can talk. And when you come to the collective level, then you have to understand that relationship with me is more established, better established, if you establish your relationships with others in a very collective and homogeneous way. As I told you, the drop becomes the ocean, and the drop has to become the ocean by dissolving all its dropness with other drops, and all the drops dropping their dropness become the ocean ultimately. So we'll see that devotion is double-wedged. One is to each other and one is to your mother. In Sahaja Yoga, whatever I see, you cannot see. This is proved or not to you people? Or you want more proofs? Now it is proved that mother sees much beyond us and whatever she sees happens. So anybody who tries to play tricks with mother is actually playing tricks with himself. Any tricks you try to play with me, or you think that mother is very forgiving, so she will forgive us, is really you are torturing yourself, it is detrimental to you. Many people are there who will say that it is my left swadhisthana. Some will say I was possessed, there was bhoot. Somebody will blame something else. Whatever you are blaming, actually who is asking you the explanation? It's only you asking yourself. You are not facing yourself. So the devotion to me means actually facing to yourself. You face yourself first of all and see for yourself what are you doing. You are your own enemy. Nobody is your enemy. Your mother is not, definitely. She is not your enemy by any chance. And no bhoots are your enemies in the way if you do not allow them, they can't be there. No evil person is your enemy because he cannot be effective if you are spiritually equipped. So you are your own enemy is decided. The only way to get rid of that enemy of yours, you have to dedicate. Supposing you say that I have faith in mother or in God. So you are holding on to something, isn't it? And you are discarding something. But this hold has to be very strong. Rationally, if you are at that time when you are sinking, will you rationalize whether I should hold the hand of this person who is saving is correct or not? No, your grip will be very strong. It will be extremely strong, and you will grip it with full force, with full faith that somehow or other save me. And that kind of a feeling should be within us, that I am a person who is sinking because of myself. And if I am to be saved, I have to be absolutely, completely submerged in Sahaja. Absolutely, I have to become one with it. Then only I can be saved. Because at this level where you are realized souls of a higher level, now for a next jump, as I was saying to you, is devotion. Anything else has to be secondary under the circumstances. If it is primary and your attention is still on that, then you cannot have this second jump. First jump you have already done, you have got your realization. But from first jump to second jump, you worked hard, you have come to the second jump. In the second jump, you have to face it up. You should not feel disgusted with yourself, not dejected with yourself or nothing, but treat yourself as a separate entity. And dedication is actually turning back to yourself and looking forward towards the divine personality in you. Once there is divine personality in you, there is no problem of devotion. You will just become one with it. You start enjoying it. But this rationality is the worst thing. That plays tricks with you, which deviates you from understanding that whatever life you have led so far has been on a very material, gross life. You came out of it, you have grown out of it, you have come up. Now, to blossom, to become fragrant, you have to give up rationality. That's a binding. Try to avoid rationality. Try to avoid arguments. Try to avoid giving reasons. And even now, I find sometimes Sahaja Yogis give an explanation of psychology. She might be insecure mother. This is typically somewhere read in the book, because of insecurity somebody does that. Actually, now we have seen in Sahaja Yoga that most of the so-called insecure are the most aggressive people. They play tricks with others, spoil their lives, and enjoy it. They are the greatest sadists ever born. We have seen these people. She's insecure, and that's how they play tricks with themselves. Now, once you understand that you are not to play tricks with yourself, why do you want to play tricks with yourself? You have to be yourself, that's all. We should not be our own enemies, are we? So once you start facing yourself, you will like yourself. You won't feel disgusted, because that what yourself I'm talking about is glorious, is beautiful, is without any kalank on that, is absolutely detached. But first of all, your attention has to accept it, that this detachment is my life. I am a different personality. Detachment is my nourishment. Detach yourself. One gentleman came to see me in my house. I had a very beautiful lamp, and he liked it. I said, "You have it?" He was so amazed. See, his wife telephoned to me, "How could it be? How could you give away such a nice lamp?" I said, "What's that? Am I going to carry it with me when I die? Is it going to go with me?" Just see rationally. If he has liked it, better have it. I have so many lamps in the house. If he takes one, what does it matter? She said, "But you see, I asked my husband, will you give this lamp like this if you had to her?" He said, "No, I would not." I would not, he said. He was very honest. He said, "I would not." But still I can't understand why not. So, till the last end we are holding on to something very little there. This even a little bit is holding the sari. You know that. That can hold the whole sari. Even a little bit is attaching to the sari. The sari can be held back. The whole thing you can hold it with one little pin. All these small pins that are there, the hangs up, are to be denied, to be seen, going further. Look at yourself. Oh, that's Mr. Ego. All right, now, recede, let me see. How do you go back? To see all those things. You see, as a play, you should see yourself. And then play tricks with your ego and superego. Actually, they're playing tricks with you. Once you are a master, you play tricks with them. So many times I've said so many things. And they are again, then after some time, people start talking about it. Within 1 or 2 months after that, it comes as a scientific proof or things like that. You have seen that many a times it has happened. Now, when I say something, I'm sure about it. What I say, I never say anything but the truth. I know that I'm saying only the truth. But I do not go inside and find out whether it's the truth or not. I don't read a book to find out. I don't ask you. I have faith in myself, full faith in myself. Whatever I say is the truth. I know for definite that whatever I say comes out truth. But that's not your case. That's not your case, that whatever you say is the truth. So first you have to establish the state that whatever I say will be the truth. Now how do you do it? The tongue should be such that whatever you say should be the truth. Ultimately it will come out as truth. And that is why the dedication should be there. What dedication? Why should I tell lies? There is no need to tell lies. Even if I tell lies, it will come truth. In my case, so-called lies. They are never lies. If I say to somebody, he is a bad man, apparently to your mother, he's such a fine man. How can you say such a thing about him? We had one Mr. Michael like that. Oh, he's such a loving person, mother. Well, somebody said, mother, are you jealous of him? Up to that extent, But when he showed his real teeth, you see, then people. So, to develop that kind of understanding about the truth, first of all, you should absolutely fix yourself on the truth. And the truth is that you are the instrument of God, that you have got realization, that you have got a spatial awareness which people do not have. Stand on that and proclaim it. You are not to be afraid of it. You have got realization, no doubt. You have felt it. Say it, I have got realization, nothing doing, I know I am realized. Firm on that. In this expression of truth, you have to be like the light. The light asserts. It not only asserts, but it shows others also that it shines. It shows others that I am the light, that you walk in my light. And if you don't try to do it, I may burn you. So they have that, what you call that, I don't know what's the word in Tejasvita. Tejas. Sharpness of light. That Tejasvita is there, that sharpness of light. That is the proof of your truth. You are not afraid of any prime minister or any minister or any king or anyone. But this is the fact. That's the thing. I know I am a realized soul. I am the truth. If you say I am the truth, whatever you will say will be the truth. No doubt about it. Whatever you will do will be the truth. But say, I am the truth. But for that, a real purification is needed about facing yourself fully in dedication. Means you are holding on to your mother. You are holding on to Sahaja Yoga. You are holding on to that truth which you have found out. And here you are facing others. Without that you cannot do it. Your source is that. You are standing on the truth. And that is such a power, such a strength. All of them, if you see, Christ had that power, Muhammad had that power, all these great people had that power. To say the truth with full courage, with that assertion that people will accept it. And they would suffer even for that. They wouldn't mind. But whatever is the truth has to be said. That's the first point. What should know about dedication, that you are dedicated fully, that you are not afraid of anyone. You are not worried about your losses. Some people have lost their heads also, completely cut their heads. People have tortured them. Some people have been taken away all their money, have been tortured in every way. But they thought this was the truth, they stood by it. Some of them were stupid fools, they stood for something that was not truth. They did. But now you know that you are standing on the truth, and for that you should be willing to sacrifice anything, so-called sacrifice, because you are not sacrificing the truth. What you are sacrificing is untruth. For that you require people of strength and courage, and not these half-baked people. You see, the morning till evening asking for forgiveness from mother. What is it? What is there to ask for forgiveness? Because I am forgiving you every moment. But what are you doing to yourself? What sort of a person you are? You think about it, that you have to stand on the truth. For that, you have to be a strong, courageous person with that sharpness, that tejasvita within you, of the light, of the beacon. But at the same time, you have to have complete dedication. Supposing there is no oil in this, it will all go off. It has to have oil. It will go off. So the dedication part is the oil in you, is the attachment, complete attachment to your source. That's the dedication. But that dedication should not give you any other ideas but of a light which shines, which corrects others, guides the path of other people. If that is not so, then the source that you are tapping is not coming to you fully, and that your light is not burning properly. So, into dedication when you go, you must not think that it is any surrendering, the so-called surrendering, that you become like a cabbage. That's the idea people have, that you become like cabbage. But you become dynamic. You become real power. Not of destruction, but of construction. I mean, for destruction you don't need much power. Only for construction you need power. For destruction, how much do you need? Very little. You can destroy the whole thing in no time. But for the construction, you really require great power. And that power, sustained power, flowing power has to be there. For that, dedication is needed. Holding on to your source of power, you have to stand firm, courageously, without any fear. That's the truth. That's the truth you have to achieve. That's very important. But this is only one side of the story. That's not sufficient. Just being the truth, the aspect of one side is there. But the other side of it is that when the source comes to you, you become the compassion. The truth and the compassion are one thing. You won't believe, but it is so. Like the wick and the oil combine to form the light. It is the burning of the oil gives you the light. In the same way, the compassion gives you the truth. There's no difference whatsoever. Only the state is different. That you cannot see the light, which is oil, and oil, which is burning. So compassion is the one which is the source as well as your stove. So from the source of compassion, you get your compassion. You see, I have seen people, they want to have compassion from me. They want that I should love them. But reflect it back. Do they love others like that? I have known people, say for one person, says harsh things to others, and comes and asks me, Mother, forgive me for that. Or does something harsh just for the whim of the mind. Mother, forgive me. But when you ask for that, I would like to know, have you given compassion to another person? Even after getting forgiveness from me, that source of forgiveness, that source of compassion, have you given compassion to others? Have you been compassionate to others? You see, it should not be one-sided. If you are taking the advantage of my compassion, it should not be one-sided, that you use it for your own benefit and forget about it. Then you will never grow. You will never grow. If you have to grow, then you must store that compassion within you. Whatever compassion I have given you, love I have given you, you must store that within you. And give that back to others. Otherwise, you will be finished. You will be nowhere. It's the growth which is sustained only, not only by sucking from one side, but by giving to others. Otherwise, you'll be stagnated. There has to be outflow. But that is a very hard thing, because people are very good at taking compassion from others. Or even if they are compassionate, they will be mostly compassionate to people who are, say, in, say, Vietnam, not in the ashram. They are more worried about Vietnam people, Oh, Mother, we are worried about Vietnam people. We are collecting money for them. We are trying to send money to Vietnam. And here among ashramites, fighting. This is not compassion by any chance. Sahajogis among themselves are a different race, and they are to support each other all the time and look after them. When I find Sahajogis criticizing Sahajogis, I am amazed. I am really amazed. Because you are part and parcel of the same. How can you criticize one eye criticizing another person? I just can't understand. I can criticize, all right. But why should you? Why should you criticize each other? Only thing that you have to do is to love each other. Christ has said it thrice. I must have said it 108 times already. That you have to love each other. That is the only way you are expressing compassion. If I have given you any love any time, you have to have patience with others, love for others. I sometimes try to coax people, and I find that people immediately come out with some sort of a criticism of others or something like that. Now the basic thing is that our compassion, if that is flowing, then only we can get compassion from others. There is no place anymore. I've done too much compassion business. And what I find that now, unless and until you flow it, how am I to give you compassion? I mean, there's no space left now. So better give it away, empty yourself a little bit, then I can give you more compassion. It's simple business. In this respect, one has to understand that the source cannot flow unless and until it expands the flow of it. Like the river Thames. We went to see the river Thames, the place from where it starts. It's a small little stream from 7 streams, little, very little, we can say trickling down. It has become a river Thames. Supposing it does not widens, that will stop at the beginning only. It cannot come out. It cannot flow. It's not because it is angry or upset or anything like that, but by the nature of its flow, only it cannot flow. What to do? So that is what it is. That one has to give compassion to others. It should not be formal compassion or affected one, but should be a natural one. Very natural, spontaneous, feeling from within. It's not an expression of your ego or superego or over sentimentality, but is a kind of a understanding that he is a Sahajogi, you are a Sahajogi, you are brothers. Not the way the brothers have been, but a different type of brothers who are spiritual brothers. You are spiritual people. So this compassion has to be there, and unless and until you develop that compassionate, fatherly or motherly feelings for others. I mean, I am a mother of a person who is about 108 years of age. You have to really mother others and have that feeling of compassion and love for others. You don't have to think about your own comfort. You don't have to think about your own advantages, but you have to think about the comfort of others. You have to think what you can do to make others comfortable than to see what will make you comfortable. So this flow of compassion, when it starts, you see, the dedication is complete. Because whatever we got from you, Mother, we are giving it to others. That's the dedication. So the flow of dedication is not one-sided. It is double-sided. You stick on to something, you get connected with something to get something out of it, and you give it to others. And ultimately that reaches the collective being, means it reaches the source. It is in this light we have to understand. Exclusiveness, oh, we should now marry, we should have separate place, we should live separately. It's all right. You must have little privacy as a married people. I am not saying that. But as far as compassion is concerned, as married people, you have to be much more compassionate. But you will only worry about your own children, about your own comfort, about your own husband, about your own wife. In Sahaja Yoga, there is no place for such people. It's all collective. When you bring sweets for your own child, bring for other children in the ashram. You are one family, and all the family has to move with the same waves. I had told you before that we cannot have separate food arrangements, separate this and separate that. And in the same way, we cannot have separate standards of living for different people. We all have to enjoy whatever is enjoyed by all of you. That should be so. And that should be achieved on material level. On emotional level, any marriage which is absurd, which makes everyone unhappy, is useless. But marriages are made to make everyone happy. So before you decide to marry, think that you are not playing tricks. Playing tricks in Sahaja Yoga is very, very dangerous. You are not playing tricks with your marriages. You are not trying to involve somebody else thinking that mother will forgive you or not. I will forgive, but your assent is difficult. So don't try to play tricks with anything that you have been doing before, but change yourself completely, transform yourself completely. Now you change your attitude towards life, you can, because it is changed already. If you try to be the other person, you cannot be. Now you have become a flower, now you can't become suddenly the leaf. Now you are a flower, and you have to live like a flower. And that's what you have to remember, that compassion is such an outflow, is such a natural thing for a Sahaja. It's not natural for anybody else. Other people who talk of compassion or this and that are not at all compassionate. They are doing it for money, they are doing it for position, they are doing it for ego satisfaction. But you are having compassion because you have to have it. Jolly well. It is flowing, the compassion, because it has to flow. And you are doing compassion because of compassion. There is no other purpose behind it. Only this will give you something that is of permanent nature, of a sthayi nature. I have seen people, as I was telling in the morning, who have gone to an organization, made a beautiful organization out of it, and once they leave, the organization is finished. Because they do not give anything substantial to that organization. And what is to be given is a large heart of compassion. If you do not give that, once you go away from that, the rest of them are again barren. It's not grown. Like if you bring water and plant things and give water to that area, then it becomes very beautiful, and you can say it's a very lush growth. But as soon as that water source is removed, it gets again dried up. But Sahaja Yoga is different. In Sahaja Yoga, you not only grow as a plant, but also as the source of the plant. If this plant is removed from here, put somewhere, it will give water to other plants. Do you know this new dimension that you have within yourself? That once this plant is uprooted from here and taken out, it will not die, not at all. It will grow, but it will make others grow. This is another type of a growth that we have. And it's a very different position we are in. And that's what now I want, that all of you, even if you are uprooted and put into any other place. I've seen when I ask people that you better shift from here to there, they just get frightened. You better go there and do this. They get frightened. You are a plant which can not only go and prosper in any place, but you will give the necessary nourishment to other plants. That's what you are. So do not stick on to one place. If you stick on, then think there must be something wrong with the place. Like a glue, if you are sticking to one place, it's very dangerous. And be sure that you must turn away from such a place which glues you. That doesn't mean that as people are here, they never stay in the house, all the time running out. It doesn't mean. Again, I have to strike that point. Because otherwise the people are here, are all the time running away from their houses. That's not the point. The point is that you should not be glued to anything and not afraid of leaving any place, because now you are Sahajogis. You have joined the ocean, and ocean can take you anywhere. So just prepare yourself to move into any place, because you have to take this compassion everywhere, and to prosper the kingdom of God, you have to serve Him. And this service only possible if you know that you are here for a very great universal task, not only for England, for India, or for America, but you are here for a global task, which is the epitome of our evolution. This is the highest thing we have to do for our creation and for our Creator. And you are chosen for that. So don't divert your attention to anything that is not fulfilling your own manifestation. Discard all that. Don't waste your energy. And your manifestation is your compassion, your love. But still it should not remain rational. Whatever I have said to you is just to put you into a condition where you start sucking the vibrations as well as giving the vibrations. It is an action which is a happening that should take place within you. It's not rationality, it's not thinking about it. Only by saying these things, I really stun your thinking. You should allow this to happen to you just with the vibratory awareness. You should judge yourself. Am I the one who is giving vibrations to others? Am I the one who has stored these vibrations, or am I getting ruined? All this will give you a great meaning and an employment, as I said, employed by God. If you have any questions, ask me.
If you become angry at any point with people, is that because it's a tendency or a negative entity, or is it just a tendency to react like that?
You see, if you get angry within yourself, and if you are sure that you are not doing anything wrong, for a Sahaja Yogi there is no need to say outside you are angry. There's no need. That anger itself is a power. And you should do your bandhan and anything that you want to do. But you should not show that you are angry. You should be absolutely silent, because you can be. You are in the axis. You are not on the periphery. Actually, the anger is just to see your anger and use that anger for that purpose. And once you start doing that, that anger will itself work out. That anger will itself work out the person. And you'll be amazed how it, but you must learn to see your anger that is working. All these things are important. You have seen that sometimes only shouting at the bhoots, they go away. And many mad people have been cured like that. But you don't do all that. That's for me. You must be always decent with decorum and all that. But if the anger is because of your nature or a tendency or out of control, then it's a bad thing. If it is an out of control, then it's a bad thing. If you get into a temper because it is out of control, then it's a bad thing. I can get very angry, but I am completely under control. I know why I am angry, where the bhoot is, how he is running away, I can see it. But you can't see the bhoot, you can't see anything. So there is no need for you to get angry, show temper. But if you have an anger, say for example, which makes you uncontrollable, then there is a mantra for that. Shanti. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsita. You must ask for that bliss, for that peace. This is a mantra for you. For controlling your temper, you have to tell yourself, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsita. So Shanti is the point, the axis point is that. From where you witness everything, you are in Shanti. You are in complete, you are not in a turmoil, even if you are angry. You are not in a turmoil. Whatever is angry is the power, and the power is taking charge. But unless and until that is achieved, what you have to do is to put yourself in a position that you are peaceful. So I think that's a very good mantra, is to say, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsthita. Can you say that?
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsthita. Namaste, 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 namo Namah.
So the Shanti is your fort. But peacefulness never means cowardice. Never call cowardice as peace. A person who is peaceful is never coward, because nothing can transgress it. Nothing can overpower it. It is never possible that cowardice and peace can go together. But your power is inside, not outside. So you don't show your power of your anger outside. But just a little anger with anybody, you will see it will work out. But first establish that position within you where you are the axis, where you do not allow anchor to sit on your head. That is the growth. That is the growth, that you are at peace. Also, another question. All right, satisfied now? Both ways you should know. That one is the anger that is detached is perfectly all right. Anger which involves you, work it out. So judge yourself as to what it is. Good question. Now some questions. When such intellectuals were sitting here, ask me some questions. What is that?
What are your plans to spread
Huh?
yoga in larger scale?
What are my plans? I don't plan.
What else to do?
You see, I don't plan because I don't know how far my instruments are ready. You see, first now my only plans, if I have any, is to really prepare my weapons all right. Once they are done, then we'll fix them up. You see, unless and until you know how far your bomb can fall, how can you plan it? So first of all, I must measure up the power of my children, how powerful they are. That's what I'm trying to do now, is to make them aware of their powers, to use. Like you see, Hanumana, when he was born and when he grew up, he forgot that time. And he forgot his powers. So he was to be reminded that you are such and such powerful person. You don't know what your powers are. You ate off the whole of Surya. This you did in your childhood. You are born with this power. But now, after growing, you are rather be sort of forgotten it, and also you were afraid of using them, and it's sort of looks like in a dominant position. But it is there. If you just try to remember them, it will come. They have tremendous power, these people have tremendous power. But they have to assume and stand on that. If they do not do it, you see, if I tell them now, go to this house, oh mother, there may be a bhoot there sitting. A person comes possessed in the ashram. They all shut their doors. Oh God, this bhoot has come. Or something. Then what?
I wanted to ask you something. How can we deal with, you see, there is one problem, one big problem inside yoga. It's those who are devoted to you at the expense of others.
Those who are devoted to me?
Those who use the excuse of their devotion to you, Mother, sometimes to oppress others.
They are what?
Sometimes people use their devotion to you at the expense of others. So,
then again, the same thing, Jamail, is the same thing. You see, it is, you have to do it. All those who are doing that way. I'm just pointing out to all those. If you are using, say, your devotion to me for the oppressing of others, all right? So it is for you to see. There is nobody who can be oppressed because your spirit cannot be oppressed. Say there is X and Y. Now Y is a person who is trying to oppress X, all right? What will you oppress? He can't oppress his spirit, can he? First point, clear. Now, this fellow, if he has to have attachment to me, nobody can stop him. That is all. You all have direct relationship with me, not through anyone. If you want to accept somebody's agency, then I can't help you. But otherwise, you all have a direct access to me. You all can grow your spirits. Nobody can dominate you. Everyone has complete freedom to grow their spirit, to know their spirit, I mean to say. And the spirit is something cannot be dominated by you. Now, supposing somebody tries to oppress you. What will they oppress you in which way? They'll say, all right, we'll not have this carpet, we'll have that carpet, or have it. Somebody will say, I'll jump in the sea, jump. Just now you jump. What will they oppress you in? You see, just see that. Not in your spiritual growth. Can they? And that's how the problem starts. You see, in material things, say in an ashram now, somebody says, all right, we would like to have a photograph of Mother put there. The other will say, no, we are going to have it there. Whether you put it here or there, makes no difference, my photograph is going to work. Even in puja matters I have seen, people will say that no, mother is sitting there, don't put your feet towards the mother. It's a common thing, everybody knows should not put it. But still they will say, no, we want to put it. All right, let them put it. Next time they will not, because they will know it is wrong. They will find out. So, you see, nobody can oppress anyone. I am here to correct. Once you understand that you are not perfect, the other is not perfect. We are all perfecting ourselves. We are all coming up. Mother is there to look after us. Then we will never think like that. Now, I have also seen people will say that there are two Sahajogis talking to others, Sahajogis. Now, one is a very oppressive one. The another one is upset to see that this one is oppressive. Now, for that purpose, if you are quiet, silent, you will always dominate him. People will listen to you, not to him. But even if you start saying, oh, you don't say like that, and this, they will think these are fighting cocks. Then at that time, your wiser this thing will even give him a chance to understand. But what happens, one person dominates, another tries to dominate them by outward things. And the whole show is over. There is no need to dominate another person by outward things. He will settle down by himself if you show your dignity of your silence and of your understanding of Sahaja. There is no need just now to say, shut up, you sit down, you don't do. It's absolutely wrong. They do it. I have seen it. In my presence, I have seen it. Because we still live halfway there and halfway here. The way we solve the problem, say you have to do some business. There are two people doing the business. One person says something, another says, why did you say like that? You shouldn't say. This person says to that person, you shouldn't correct me. Like that the fight is on. But that doesn't help anyway, there also. But in Sahaja Yoga it will never help. The another person can only win over by his dignity, by his quiet methods, by approaching a person properly. That's how the leaders will come up. They won't come up by shooting another person down. Not at all by any chance. That's not possible. It's not good leadership. Good leadership is just the way you handle the situation, not the way you fight another man down. So many times you have seen, I just keep quiet, it works out. Not necessary that you should at that moment shout. There's no need. And it creates a very bad impression and very bad leadership. First of all, you cannot be dominated. This is one fact, is a truth. You can grow in your spirituality, whatever people may try to dominate in the worldly things. Thank God we don't have any organization. Thank God we don't have secretaries, assistant secretaries, under secretaries, by secretaries, upper secretaries, lower secretaries. We don't have any nonsense. Otherwise, even that would have been dominating to people. Then they would have fought that. So we don't have that problem. We don't have any money problem because we don't have all these nonsensical ideas. I have solved these problems by having no institutions, no positions. Everybody has position. But the greatest position is of your spirit, which you establish. The attention is not there. Is more ego-oriented. The whole stuff is ego-oriented. You can't fight ego with ego. You cannot. You can only fight ego or superego with spirit. How much do I dominate you? I absorb all your aggression also. And how much do I dominate you? If I have to correct you, I go forward and do it and tell you that I am correcting you, whether you like it or not. And you see the result, it's all right. But if you have that capacity, do it. Then there is lacking in you that you cannot do that way. So be prepared not to at least spoil the show of Sahaja. One person is talking too much, all right, the others will say he is good for nothing, but another one is a sensible one. But if you both are fighting, I don't. That doesn't show any wisdom or growth, isn't it? Does it? Those who think that by dominating in small, small things you are going to achieve anything are wrong. Actually, I've seen my grandchildren are realized souls. They are not bothered about these things. They don't do this. This kind of a fight they don't have. That where to keep these, what to do this, they don't have. Nothing. At the most, they might fight for a chocolate or something at the most. But in spiritual matters, they never fight. In spiritual matters, they never fight. That's the place one should not fight. One should not argue. That's the point, not to be argued, because truth is one. What is there to argue? You have seen all these saints, you see, those who have talked about me. What do they say? Everybody says the same thing about me. There cannot be any fight between saints. Can there be? If the truth is one, how can there be fight? But because one is inadequate, another is dominating. Both must achieve that state. But the best is to be more dignified, more grown up, more patronizing. People will definitely take to you because you will become the leader. Arguments are not going to lead you anywhere, I can tell you this much. No use arguing among yourself. If you have to argue with others, not among yourself. Otherwise, no. What else? What is the thing? Any other question?
Mother, could you please tell us a little bit how we fight our ego with our spirit? And how do we do it?
How do we fight the ego?
With spirit.
See, you should never fight ego. If you try to fight it, it will sit more on your head. That's not the way to fight it. That there is ego and you fight your ego, oh yeah, I'm going to box you, then it will grow more. See, the more you box it, the more it will grow. Never fight your ego. Only way is to see it. Your attention is very important. Your attention is now enlightened. Whatever you see, it comes to its right side. It comes to its right side. Size. Say ego. If it is overgrown, you just watch your ego. Best is to watch yourself in the mirror and you say, oh, Mr. Ego, how do you do? Then it will come down. But don't fight it. Just to be seen. All kinds of egos could be there. If you are overeducated, you are egoistical. If you are uneducated, you are egoistical because you must try to show that you are something. All sorts of egos are there. So best thing is to see for yourself. That's why I say face yourself. Yourself means your spirit.
That goes the same for the superego.
Yes, very much so. For superego also, not to be frightened, you should just say, get out. I can see you very clearly, you are there. You get out from here. How dare you frighten me? I am the spirit. I am the spirit. How dare you can do that? That's how. You see, ego makes you idiotic. Absolutely. Ego makes you idiotic. Makes an idiot out of you. Absolutely. And the superego makes you a coward. It makes you a coward. Now, how to fight it? I'm not going to be an idiot if you say that. Ego will go away. If you want to be an idiot, then he'll be there to help you. If you want to be an idiot, all right, call Mr. Ego. You'll become an idiot. Straightforward. The easiest way, if you want to become an idiot, simple thing is to call the ego. You come, Mr. Ego, and settle down in me, and immediately, this is a very simple composition. And superego, if you are a coward, then it sits on your head. Say, I am not going to be Ham Ksham, as I told you, the mantra on the Agya is. Either you have to say, I am. The another, I say, I forgive you.
Mother, may I ask a question similar to what he said about superego? I'll be particular. I'm still having problems with my eating. I am eating a lot here, but I'm very afraid, I'm laughing because it is silly, that I'll become fat. And I'm very afraid. I think a lot about food all the time. And yet I know that with you nothing bad can happen to me.
All right, you do one thing just now. You put your left hand towards me and right hand outside. She has a hamsa here, cat up. There, you see the hamsa. Tell her to come down. Coming. I see. Sorry. Put the hamsa. I didn't see it clearly. Hello. आ गए अच्छा हुआ. How? Been waiting for you. Come forward. You can come forward a little bit. Lots of people are there. आओ आप इधर से आ जाओ. What's the time? चले अब. हाँ? 9:50.
Shall I do it, Brother?
Yes. As I have told you, that relationship with yourself should be tyrannical. You should lash it down. You should absolutely make it clear to yourself that I have to perfect myself if I have to give this, my being, to God. It has to be perfect. Secondly, if you have to have relationship with others, it has to be ideal relationship. Sahajogi with Sahajogi means something great. The greatest relationship is that. With your sister, with your brother, it should be ideal. And in collectivity, we have to be pragmatic. In collectivity, we can change our course, we'll take the way we like, the way it moves, we'll manage it. But otherwise, you see, for example, take a plane. It has the same thing. Plane, when it is in the air, it can go wherever it likes. But the screws that are fixed in a plane are ideally fixed. They cannot just start like a pilot seat doesn't go to the back and the back doesn't come to the front. You see, the relationship is maintained. All right? And the screws which are made or anything that is made is perfect. But the aeroplane is not fixed. Aeroplane can go southward, northward, anywhere it wants to. Only the things that are in it are correlated with each other in such proportion that they cannot budge from their ideal positions. I am giving this example because you are here. You will understand it better. And these things that you have produced are themselves are perfect. If they are imperfect, there will be a problem. It's like that. If you understand this very simple thing about relations and attitudes, you will never have problems. Your relationship with a Sahajogi has to be absolutely ideal relationship. Otherwise, some screw is loose. Try to make it ideal. Say there's one person. You find the person is too egoistical or something. Try to see what's wrong with you, first of all. Am I perfect? Am I all right? Or am I equally dominating? Am I equally egoistical? All right. If I am, then I better correct myself. But if I am not, if I am a good person, that way I am not dominating, then I should try to bring down his ego by making sweet things to him, making nice relationship with him. Try to be kind to him so that his ego comes down. Manage somehow or other to establish ideal relationship. It's absolutely simple. I mean, I don't understand what I have to tell in this thing. You know everything, that it has to be proper. Now see, the relationship between that and me has to be proper so that it doesn't burn me, isn't it? It's absolutely in lifetime also we have to do the same. That relationship with each other has to be ideal to create the best results. It is so practical, I don't know what is there to tell in this thing. And you have to be perfect because you are the unit. And the whole thing can be pragmatic. Then only it can be. But here just the other way around. The screws are pragmatic. The relationship is imperfect. And the collectivity is absolutely static. Doesn't move. The collectivity, after all, we are collective, bound to each other. How can we move, Mother? We are static now. We are bound to each other, we can't move, you see. Just like Rock of Gibraltar. Now you being an aeronautic engineer, you should understand this better than anybody else, this example. What else is the question? How are you? All right? I'm asking. What other question?
Srimataji, could you say something about maintaining our attention so that it stays where it should and doesn't get diverted into trivial things?
Rustam has asked a very practical question. It's true that to keep the attention where it should be. You see, for everything, you have to do some exercise, abhyas. Not before realization, after realization. The best way is to learn how to watch yourself. Just not sitting here. Just put yourself into a position from where you watch yourself. Now, what am I doing? This is the abhyas. This is the study. Apart from mantras, apart from anything, the abhyas is the practice. Practice of becoming a witness. And the witness is the spirit state. Then attention will not go. I mean, you will see everything, it's there. Attention will be inside. Try to practice this. Am I a witness? Now say, some people say, oh God, I had a horrible time. Mother, this happened, that happened. See, you are not a witness. How can you have a horrible time if you are the spirit? You only have a horrible time when you are not the spirit. If you can watch the whole thing as a drama that is played, then you are not having a horrible time. But this outside of you is having a horrible time which you are watching. That's how the attention can be fixed very well. If you practice abhyas, practice all the time to be witness. Say you go out, you see something, just try to see it, not to think about it. Be a witness of the whole thing. The joy will be complete and also you will become absolutely peaceful. Your attention will be completely enlightened. And then the inspiration you will get will be tremendous. See, it's working out. Working out. Try to watch. And it has such a tremendous memory if you know how to watch. I mean, to me, if I see something, to me it's just like a film in my mind. If I have seen this room now, I know what is in this design, everything. How you are sitting, what pose you have taken, how you wear, what was it. Everything is like a design. It comes to me just like a picture. Absolutely. Not of this life, but of lives. Because that's a recording system that records best. If there are thoughts, it's like something in between. You see, now he's trying to record me on the film, and if there's something in between moving, nothing will come in. But when there is nothing in between and you are just seeing through, you are recording everything that is important. Moreover, you'll be amazed you don't record unimportant things. Like for people now, they go to a village or any place, they will be recording, oh God, it was very dirty and this happened and we went there and there was cement to sleep, for example. Or then we went inside and there was no proper chair to sit down and the chair was so hard and my back started aching. All these things they will remember. And then what happened? Oh God, I couldn't get realization. Everything that bad. You see, just like newspaper, all bad news. But to a person who is a realized soul in a real way, he doesn't see, you don't smell anything dirty. You always smell something good. You never smell, you do not think of anything dirty. Everywhere you go, it's beautiful. Even if you see just a sand, you see the pattern. Even if you see a barren hill. I saw some people who had gone, I said, look at the beauty of these hills in Maharashtra. They said, Mother, what is the beauty? It's not covered with trees. I said, that's the beauty. Just see the patterns. They couldn't see the patterns that I was seeing. But if you ask me, what is this hill, I also know that. Because I know the patterns of all the hills, how it has moved, how it has made patterns and things like that. Because they don't see that. You see, they cannot see the beauty. Because they are looking out for defects. Or relatively, you see, English trees are better than, say, XYZ trees. So, then this is not better. The relative, they start. But you are at absolute point, you are getting the absolute of everything. Everything is your own. What is there to judge?
Mother, perhaps you can see the beauty because you're the artist.
Huh?
Perhaps you can see the beauty because you're the artist.
I'm the artist and I'm the art. But what about you? Who are you? You are the one who is created, and you can create and you can become the artist. That's what I'm saying. That you are not only the light, but the light that will give light to others. And also you will sustain that light which you have given light. This is the difference now between you and other people. Not that only you will be an artist, but you will enjoy the art of the artist. This is what you have got. You don't know, you are not aware of your powers. It's a dynamic thing which has happened to you, which you should take to. But our attention is on from where the dirt is coming, where the filth is coming, where the ugliness is there. If your attention is on ugliness, people tell me this was ugly. I said, I didn't see. I just saw the way the elephant was standing, you see. The way he has pulled up his leg and he was raising his trunks. I never saw the dirt part of it. Where was it? At the back of it. I said, I never went on the back. If your attention is on even description of a person, ask a person, how is he? He's, all his, little funny points will come to your head. Even the photographers, I've seen, they will only take photograph when you are in a funny way. See, when your face is little turned round. It's a seeking after ugliness, seeking after mistakes, seeking after something wrong. All the time if you do like this, you cannot be a happy person. All the time to try to find out defects and faults and mistakes and dirt and ugliness. You are in for trouble. You are asking for it. Like a person was saying, there are 3-4 ditches in this place. I said, did you jump into one of them? Better jump in. So once for all, you don't see any other ditch. You don't see the plain grounds. You are just seeing the ditches for what? The same thing can look ugly to a person who is of that kind of an attitude, who wants to see everything ugly. Try your attitudes. Try to see good in others. Try to see, may not be I'm not saying for other people, but I'm saying at least for Sahajogis you can do it. Try to see good in them. What good they have done to Sahajoga. What you owe to them. How to get along with them. Why not see the good of them? By giving them encouragement, by being good to them, you are helping Sahajoga. But you want to help your ego. Because you are very wise. So then only, by appreciating another person, only you have better relationship. This is a very simple fact. You see any film, there the two people are talking to each other as if they are barking at each other. What does it take to be kind, to be gentle, to say pleasant things? As soon as they will see a person, oh God, you have become very ugly. This is the best compliment. That's human nature. To see to the faults of others. To see to the wrong things of others. You see, they will find out in anything. Somebody is very tidy, then that person is bad. Somebody is very untidy, that person is bad. Every sort of thing. But why not you do something about yourself, that there's something inside you which is not tidy. And inside you that's very upsetting. To me it makes no difference, you have seen it. It makes no difference if you say I'll sleep here. If you say I'll sleep on the grass there. To me it makes no difference to what bathroom I go. I don't even remember all those things. What is there to remember in a bathroom and this and that? All nonsense it is. I have no memory for all these things. Even if you want me to know, I will not remember. If you ask me, how did you go to that bathroom? Which one? That one. I said, it's all right, I've been there. Then food, what sort of a taste it was and what food it was and all sorts of things people go on thinking about. What's the use? The whole food is going to just be digested in the same stomach. What is there to be so much worried about all this? We are wasting our energy. I don't waste my energy. I have no energy for wasting. In the same way, why do you waste your energy? Why not see to the better side of man? By seeing bad side, if you can cure it, well and good. But if you cannot cure it, you are going to get yourself bad. If you can cure it, nothing like it. But you can't. Also always person says, I would not do that. But you would do something else that the other person would not do. When judging others, one has to know, one should judge oneself first of all. Because with what are you judging? With your ego or superego? I have seen it's a very common failing, which should not be there anymore. Now you are realized souls, you are saints. And the saints, though olden saints might be doing whatever they did, forget them. But you people are not going to see the faults of each other, but to the good points of everyone. Simple things I have seen. Somebody says a wrong English word or a Sanskrit word or a wrong this, immediately will catch on that. But he gives a big lecture, it's all right. That nobody listens. Your mind is working. What wrong thing he is going to say? Attention should be onto what he said. It's so beautiful. And then you will develop an attitude, as mine is, you will never see to the defects of the place. No. Never known that. You will have no eyes to see. I mean, mine is like that, condition is like that, I tell you. It will be like that. It's very difficult. Like somebody says, you come and play those cards with stakes. I never remember. I'll always lose. So I said, what's the use of playing? I don't remember. See, everybody says you have so many brains otherwise. So can't you remember these 3 cards? I can't. Just my brain goes off. I put automatic. I don't know. I look like a stupid fool when I play that game. So why should I play? Anything like that, I am absolutely good for nothing. So it's a thing people know, she's useless. Forget her. But it should become automatic with you also. Then it's so enjoyable. How beautiful we are, that everything is so beautiful around us to see. Such beauty exists and we do not see it. such tremendous joy, every bliss is there flowing within us. And we don't know, we don't notice it. It's such a happy thing. It's such a beautiful thing. Oh God, such a source of joy was just standing next to me, I never knew. And just I turned around and saw that force. Turn around. Turn your back. All conditionings of yours, the ideas that you have. Do not pass judgment. First thing is. Great art critics and all that. Please, I beg of you, that do not pass remarks at anything all the time. Is ego playing the trick. Just watch it, how it is making you feel that you are something very great. Be careful. There were some people coming from America. Have they come?
Steve and Christine, they called to say
They haven't come.
they're coming in 1 week. 1 more week they're coming.
So then we'll decide when they come here what is to be done. Linda, for your problem, what is the thing to be done? Will you get out of your personal problems or not?
Yes, Mother.
Now I'm talking to Linda now.
Which ones? The rest of them seem to solve themselves.
I would suggest you should stay with your mother. She needs you. She's an old woman. She needs you. You must serve her. There's nothing wrong in it.
Very possessive.
No. You are inadequate. Not that she's inadequate. You have to serve her. Give her love, affection. She's lonely. She behaves like that because she's lonely. You are inadequate. I wouldn't say to her anything. She never had love. And you are the only child she has. You should love her. Give her more love, more affection. And also what she says about Peter, you should do that. We'll give her consolation. She's going crazy because of that.
Trouble is, Mother, she so dislikes anything to do with so much yoga.
Huh? Let her say. Her saying nothing matters. You see, that's not the thing. That's just an escape. Because you are crazy, that's why she thinks like that.
I know that. I don't blame her.
But you should establish yourself with more patience, with more love and affection. She said, do 100 times Sahaja Yoga. How has she changed her attitude? Because when you went there, you went crazy. And you are quite crazy sometimes, I've seen. First of all, you must be a tidy person, neat person, must look after her. You must take up her responsibility of looking after her. She's an old woman who has had no love all her life. What she wants is love. And as a child, daughter, you must give her love. Whatever she is, you can't leave her alone. If you give her love, I'm sure you can give her. You take it up as a challenge and give her a bandhan. Everybody can give her a bandhan and put her right. You cannot be helpless like that to run away from your duties towards your mother. I will never allow you. You can go to Cheltenham, start a center there, attend it, do it. You have to.
Do you want me to actually live with her?
Huh?
Do you want me to actually live with her?
Should she live with her mother?
Yes, of course. Why not? She is your own mother. She's not such a cruel woman. I don't think so. I've seen her. But you get crazy yourself. I know that. This is how you will test yourself. You should live with her. After all, she's so old now. What's her age?
64, 63.
See now. At 63, if she's left alone in that house, what will she do? You tell her that I've decided to do what you have told me about Peter. And
She hasn't really told me anything about Peter.
Huh?
She hasn't really told me anything about Peter. I've been doing most of the telling.
All right, whatever it is.
She's quite agreeable.
She'll be all right. You see, you try to tell her these things. She'll be all right. You tell her, just like this, and now I'm going to look after you. You are very sick. You are not well. Take care. Did you talk to her kindly sometimes?
Well, I tried.
No, you did not. You did not. That's what it is. As a Sahaja Yogi, you have to be extremely kind and compassionate towards her. She's an old woman, had no love from her husband, She has tried to do something for you, always. So as a daughter, you have a duty.
I'm very worried about Bumble because there's a sort of three-cornered arrangement which comes up.
What happens about Bumble?
Well, Bumble sort of finishes up in between me and her.
But if you finish off from yourself, she won't be finishing off like that. See, why do you create a problem between you and her, first of all? There should be no gap. If there is no gap, then there won't be any problem. The problem is because you are a problem and she is a problem, so the child suffers. But if you just have nothing, if she tells, on the contrary, if a child tells anything about your mother, you should say, don't say like that to me, she is my mother. Tomorrow she will turn back and tell you that. Take it from me. She is much more sensible in this than you are. You should not tell her anything about your mother. You should say, she has been very kind to me and nice to me. If it is communicated to her, if through Bumble, things will be all right. See, how long is she going to live with this kind of life she has had? All right? Where are you going to try your Sahaja Yoga if you can't try on your own mother?
She won't have it for that.
No, that's not the way. It's not outside, it is inside.
Yes. I try and cook for her and she won't eat what I cook.
You don't have to do it outside. You have to do it inside with her. Be kind, be gentle, be of service. At the most she'll shout sometimes, doesn't matter. Forgive her. Forgive her.
Mother, she has one thing which really worries me. She doesn't sleep at night. She wanders around talking to herself the whole time. She's done this.
You see, it's all right. If she doesn't sleep, then you can say some mantras in your heart. You know there's a mantra of Nidra and all that. You put her left to the right, she'll sleep off. You do it all that. She'll sleep. You should say that, breathe 3 times heavily, you'll sleep off. And when she's talking also, if you sleep off, she's not going to wake you up again. You just doze off there and she'll say, all right, you go and sleep now formally. It's very simple to fight out these things. I mean, she needs you very much. She can't sleep, just imagine. A mother can't sleep, how can you run away from her? Just see her condition. She's your mother. Then how can you leave her? You can't. Can't leave her. No, I wouldn't say that. You can't leave your mother. You know, Kathy wanted to come with me. You remember Kathy?
Yes, Mother.
And I told her, you can't leave your mother in the hospital, come with me to India. No, you can't. She missed that thing completely. I told her to stay with your mother. She's here, just ask her. I did tell her. And she was cancer, this thing with the Sahaja Yoga and all that, and she used to attend to her. She stayed back. No, you can't leave your parents like that, you see. Parents are very important things after a certain age. You have to look after them. Whatever they are, you must look after your parents. That's very important in Sahaja Yoga. Your right heart cannot be all right. Sri Rama cannot be all right if you don't look after your mother. She's not such a bad woman. I've seen her. If she was a very cruel, horrible, this sort of thing, then I would have said, forget her. But she's not that way. She's not either so much. She's drinking because she has no company. She doesn't know what to do with herself. She's trying to run away from herself. It's very simple to understand. You be kind and gentle. Give her some value that she's something to you. She'll be all right. I've seen she's not a bad woman. A lot of hers has come into you also. Her goodness.
Bothered, I think, by when Brezhnev came to stay. Brezhnev felt that she had this brother, you see, who, he killed himself motor racing, and she saw him dying in front of her.
What's it?
And she had this brother, my mother, who she loved very much. And
that I've heard already. That story I know. Whatever she has done, whatever it is. But it doesn't matter. But by leaving her, are you going to help her by that? You should fill the position of that brother. You should say, doesn't matter if the brother has died, I am here to look after you, mother. Why is she hankering after the brother? She thinks that if the brother had lived, he would have looked after in old age. But God knows if he had looked after, he would have run away too. Why can't you fill the place of the brother? You can. Why not? You take it up upon yourself. You can do it, I know. All right? You look upon her as you look upon me. Why not? Just try. It is worth it. Thank you. Thank you. It's worth it. Be nice and gentle. Say nice things, pleasant things to her. Show interest in her life. Actually, you see, all this has come from the psychologist also. Horrible ones. No, they always suggest the mother did something. Everybody I saw, they said, my mother is like. I said, how can everybody's mother be so cruel? Could be some people's, but not everybody's. And also, if they have deviated from right path, it is because they never got their love. They never got their place in life. See, the husbands must have ill-treated them, tortured their lives, and must have been after them. Or maybe they had some other problems from their parents or something. Everybody's mother has tortured. It's a psychology, I think. That way mother is, in a way, always, if you look at her from a wrong angle, she will look like your enemy. In the West, the mother picture is horrible. Also wars, things have come in that generation. People have been shattered of their values. All you must understand what kind of life this horrible Western society can give to women who are good. Good women are really tortured in this society. Only the smart ones and the ones who are very arrogant and who know how to put men right and women right in their places can exist. You see, this is what it is. It's a regular struggle here. Any good woman is tortured in this society. I mean, if she exists and she really lives, it's something surprising. Ask Maria, will tell you. You ask her. How they put them down, how they insult them. Everybody has seen this happening here. But don't blame the mother all the time. At this stage, you must look after. So now what is next?
So, could you marry me and my girlfriend sometime in the future?
What's he?
Marry him.
Huh?
So marry him and his girlfriend.
Who is your girlfriend?
She's not here tonight.
She's not a Sajogini.
Come from Bedford.
Yeah, she's sat here.
She's Sajogini. So you want to have a marriage on Krishnashtami? Some of the marriage to be performed? Now, when is the Krishnashtami?
Next Sunday.
Sometime in the future, not.
You see, the best place to get married is in India. Very easy, and you have a real feeling because you come on a horse and this and that, you see. But even if you want to have, in Krishnashtami day, I don't know if we can get really somebody to do it. If somebody we can get, we should do it. There are people who want to get married. But you see, Sahajoga marriage is taken for granted. I've seen people do not have that understanding, and it's very dangerous to play with it. Very dangerous. See? So, I think if you have some time given to yourself, I will definitely marry. Best thing is, I think, let people take some time and decide. Because, you see, it's very funny. Nobody feels responsible about it. They'll come out with an explanation, oh, I didn't understand, and I was not in a position to do it, I was still possessed with a bhoot, and I married another bhoot.
Yeah, I lived with her for 2 years.
With her?
Yes, with her.
You see, you have given sufficient time now. But you see, one thing is, living is in the West is simple, people. But if you tell them marriage, oh God, they go amok. They go amok. You see, if you say marriage, ask David Prohl, he'll tell you. You see, because the law is so horrifyingly funny here, Marriage, oh God, it means horrible things. You have to separate, if you have to divorce, the first thing about divorce, you'll have to give so much money, half money, the wife will take away, she'll murder me. You see, they show husband murders wife murders husband, all sorts of things, all the time it is like going on in this country, is madness about marriage. So, I think it's a good idea. I would like if you can arrange, because Krishna Ashtami is a good time to marry people. Our 16 marriages, which one has failed? Last time. For the 16 here in London. Who were the 16 people? Let's see. All first class? All first class, yeah? Yeah. Good. So for next marriage lot, some will be lacking behind, like Nick, I would like him to marry. Now you are not so frightened, are you? Nick? No. And Dashera mein shaadi ho sakti. On the Dashera day we can have marriage. Dashera day. That's another day one can marry. Now Krishna Ashtami, Dashera day, of course after the Diwali, after the marriage of the Tulasi, then only people start. But Dashera day is very, very good. It's very auspicious. Dashera ke din ho sakte. So we'll have marriages on Dashera day. Till then, prepare people for marriage. All right? Dashera will be, say, about
End of October, early November. End of October.
End of October.
End of October. About. All right?
Yes, lovely, thank you.
Just find out where will I be. So that's all.
I was going to ask that some Sahaja who've been in Sahaja for a long time don't feel cool breeze, they don't feel any catches. Some people feel burning all the time, some people feel the things in their head, in their body, toes, hands. Is there a way we're going to develop where we can feel things, all of us, all over, or is it just some people feel different things?
No. You see, to begin with, it has something to do with your nervous system. All right? So if your nervous system is disturbed, you may not feel at all. For the nervous system, best thing is to do massage. You see, somebody should massage their back, hands. Also, I have told many a times that you rub your hands with vibrated olive oil quite a lot and rub these things so they become sensitive. Could be with insensitivity. But if they can feel the catches in the body, that means they're all right. Only the Vishuddhi is not all right. Rub the thing on the Vishuddhi, work on Vishuddhi, clear it out. And for Vishuddhi, if you can use, say, butter to rub on the here and rub all these muscles, you see, with that, all these things will work out for your hand. But supposing there's no cool breeze coming out of the head, possibly, then the realization is not yet established. See, other people should say whether there's a cool breeze coming. Because the person who is not realized may not feel it. Supposing he does not feel it, and you feel it, then he's realized, only thing his chakras are to be cleared out. It's a different category of people. Then there are some people whose kundalini has not risen, they are still Sahajogis like that. Maybe. I don't know if there are any. Those people who are unmarried for long, they are very difficult people because they never feel the cool breeze in the hand, quite a lot, like that. But it is not so. They are realized souls. In any case, they may not feel it, but they are realized souls, you see. Because a kind of a softness, a kind of a balance is developed after marriage, which is not there. And that's how some people don't feel it. There are various reasons. Some people who are ego-oriented more, they should turn their left to the right many a times. They should find out from the hands, you see. One hand is bigger, one hand is smaller. That means the left side, if it is smaller, that means you have to raise left to the right. You see, from the size of the hands and all that you can see. Putting one hand towards the photograph, another hand outside. Work it out in so many ways because you have permutations and combinations of certain mistakes. But that doesn't mean you develop this left Vishuddhi by any chance. Because that's the worst thing that can happen. If you develop the left Vishuddhi, then it's a very difficult situation. Now, for this kind of a thing, I think I'll give you a complete lecture on one day, complete, as to see what permutations and combinations of different chakras can create. All right? But symptoms are outside. The symptoms are mostly outside. There's no need to, from a personality you can see what it is he's catching. It's a very great problem with people, that they don't feel the vibrations. Some people just don't feel. How many there are like that, who never feel any vibrations? Never felt. Never. Raise your hand. I know, Kerry.
No, never.
And you have felt it sometime. All right.
But since I came to the ashram, my hands have been very hot all the time.
Which
but
one?
I feel the catches inside. But
Both the hands are. What work you are doing in the ashram?
not very much, Mother.
All right. You had a left side catch. All right. You can see it clearly. Your right hand is very shining. The left, there is a problem. You see, these fingers are not so shining as the things are. You had a left side problem, if you remember it. All right. So that's fighting. In the ashram, the vibrations are fighting. That's why I feel hot. There's nothing wrong with it. It will correct it. You will have cool breeze. Put your right hand always up and left hand towards me. It will correct it. When did you come?
Quando sei venuto qui?
Sono venuto l'altro ieri, mercoledì.
If I came on last Wednesday, Mother.
Why is he? You staying here? In the ashram?
Stay here.
Sì.
No, he's not in the ashram, Mother.
No?
Vengo domani.
Where is he staying?
Dove sei adesso arrivando?
In hotel.
Hotel.
Why you stay here? And get your Sahaja Yoga all right. He's from... no, better.
Sì, domani.
All right?
He's coming tomorrow, Mother.
All right. Good idea. आपका ठीक आ रहा है वाइब्रेशन आ रहा है? चलो ठीक है. So now can I go now?
We should not feel sorry.
This is Gavin's idea of a sari. What color is this? पूजा में दिए नहीं थे. Oh, what a beautiful one. Where did you take this one? It's like a painting.
L'ho scattata a Parigi, a Sastra Puja.
Where?
Sahasrara Puja, no, in Paris.
In Paris?
Sì, Paris.
Jai Mataji.
It's beautiful. It's for me or for the ashram?
E per lei e per l'ashram.
Io l'ho portata a madre.
He had brought it to you, Mother.
Thank you. It's too beautiful. Very beautiful it is. Thank you. May God bless. You'll stay here for some time?
Starei qui per un tempo.
Penso una settimana.
A week, Mother.
Week, all right, good. Christine, then I'll come and see you all Americans here one day, and we'll discuss about what is to be done in the future program. No. Anything?
I brought you a present.
Present?
Small one. Some photographs.
Ah. Thank you. I would like to see. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's Italian style. See? It's Italian. They make everything so beautiful. Dekho kitna sundar hai. It's very loving and nice. You had taken this photograph
Sì,
and enlarged it.
sì, a Parigi.
Beautiful. Very gentle and nice. This is from that garden, which I didn't see. It's beautiful lotuses Rustam has in Derbyshire. In Derbyshire, I couldn't see that one, really. But I was surprised. They say that you can't grow a lotus here.
They grow,
I don't know how they did it.
They call them something else. That's
Huh?
They call them something else.
But must be. See this one. क्या मेरे लिए लाए हैं ना सुंदर बहुत सुंदर so beautiful there. Rustam, you have become a great photographer.
I do it by accident.
He's got 4 years experience.
They grow in Hampstead, Mother, too.
Hampstead.
Yes, they're in the ponds in Hampstead.
I don't know how they manage it. It's this cold. It's tremendous. But they grow in the cold because Manas Sarovar also they have these. So must be.
They can grow in the cold, no problem.
Now, तुम अभी कब जाओगे?
इतवार
अभी संडे को.
संडे.
तो फिर तुमसे बात करने की थी.
तो फिर आएंगे.
आओगे? फिर आना तो बात करेंगे. Now, Harry, your problem is solved?
Not as yet, Mother.
Why? What happened?
I phoned my employers and they said that they're not quite certain whether they should re-employ me. So they give me 1 week. They said they will phone me back next week.
So you just go and tell them that you give me just an employment, saying that for only 3 months at the most.
Yes.
But just say that we give you employment, we re-employ you, that's all.
Yes, I'll go to them.
What else?
I think these ladies are too shy now.
Huh?
To tell them to come in.
Who?
Some ladies to give you the sari.
To give me sari. All right. This is the one that puja sari Gavin has brought. Who will give me? Give me. Now come along, you girls. Also, he's brought one sari for me, which I'll use it on Janmashtami also from Janmashtami ke puja mein chadhayenge from Bombay. How is he? Did he get a job?
I took him my job.
What did he say?
I don't know.
Oh, don't.
He's not told.
He got a job. He's the head of all the translators
He
in
called me
Spain.
last Tuesday.
Huh?
He called me last Tuesday. He's the head of in the embassy.
What
For
is-
all the translate people.
Is
The chief translator is the head of the translation staff in the embassy.
Really?
He said he have a big responsibility now.
Good. How much is he paid? How much is he paid?
240 pounds.
How much?
240 pounds per month.
2,000
200.
and 40 pounds
Yes, ma'am.
per month.
it's very reasonable
because
for
mother-
Spanish.
For Spain, it is. It is very reasonable.
Also, he's work only 6 hours a day.
And where does he live?
He stay with Jose Antonio.
He's happy there.
Yes, ma'am.
It's good that he's got such a good job. All right. What is this you have done?
Michelle made it, Mother.
Huh?
It's a crown for you, Mother.
This you give me on Krishnashtami will be better. Isn't it with this thing?
Michelle made it, Mother.
Michelle should give me on Krishnashtami. All right? It's beautiful. All right. So just open the sari and put it on.
May I read your 108 names?
Huh?
May I read your 108 names? In written as shlokas.
Who? You.
Your names, yes.
All right, please, let's read it out. Loudly.
Shri Mata, Shri Maharajni, Devi Karya Samudyata, Akula Nitya Bhavani, Vishnu Granti Vibedini, Bhakti Priya, Bhakti Gamya, Nilepa Sharma Daini,
Niradara Niranjana Mahapataka Nashini Nirmala Nirahankara Nishkalanka Nirakara Nirakula Nirvikara Nirguna Nirupaplava Nishkala Nishkama Nityamukta Lila Vinodini Nirashraya Nirantara Nishkarana Nirupadi Nirishvara Niraga Nirmada Nistula Gambira Nischinta Nirmoha Nirmama Nishpapa Nisamshaya Nirbhava Nirabadha Nirvikalpa Nishparigraha Nirnasha Nirapaya Nishkriya Nilachikura Niratyaya Mahamaya Vijaya Sandrakaruna Mahashakti Bhagavati Sukhaprada Padmasana Lokatita Maharati Vishvarupa Rakshakari Rakshasagni Parashakti Yogada Parameshwari Punyalabhya Sukharadhya Achintyarup Ekakini Adi Shakti Gurumurti Shobhana Saulabha Gati Chandika Trigunatmika Mahati Pranarupini Shubhakari Shamatmika Satchitananda Rupini Viramata Garvita Parmanu Kshipra Prasadini Sadashiva Vishvargarbha Swabhava Madura Pushti Dhira Samarchita Nitya Yauvana Vishvasakshini Vishvagrasa Sudashruti Sashrati Paramodara Dharmadara Swasta Pashahantri Shri Pavanakriti Chandraniva Ravi Prakya Mahapujiya Chitshakti Lajja Vimala Varada Mahadevi Vilasini Vandaru Jana Vatsala Sahaja Yogadayini Sakshat Sri Adishakti Bhagavati Mata Sri
Garland. Beautiful color. Thank you.
Bolo Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Ki Jai. Sarvadeva Sarvadevi Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Ki Jai.
Very sweet of Dr. Singh to give such a nice job to him, Don, isn't it? He's a great man, Dr. Singh. Dr. Singh ambassador जो स्पेन के हैं, उनको यहाँ से एक हमने सहयोगी भेजा, तो उसको हेड ऑफ द ट्रांसलेशन डिपार्टमेंट बना दे, क्योंकि वहाँ हमारा सहयोग काफ़ी जम गया. But we wanted some English surgeon to go there. He knows Spanish also. But Dr. Singh is taking so much interest, I must say.
But it's only for 3 months.
All right. Yes, that's what he said, that 3 months ago. Let's see. It may go further.
You will have excellent reference after that.
Yes. So good kiss.
You will have excellent reference after that.
No, he can go to other places. He's not so attached to anything. I found it from him. You see, Don is a very deep surgery, very deep. And he said, I'm not so particular about Spain. Any place you send me another, I'll be. So he's not so much attached to it. He's a very deep person. That was a good answer. So he can go somewhere else if he says it's not that I get attached to Spain. Let's see. But you better grow now. Did he tell you what is the problem is?
Yes, ma'am.
I must learn proper English. You see? That's very important. Because Sir Yoga, I cannot speak all the languages. So better try to learn. In here, people should teach English to people who don't know good English. All right? Not that English language is God's language, but at least I understand it. Otherwise, all the English you'll have on when we don't. Because I can't learn so many languages. All right? Try to learn English language and also understand Sir Yoga mentally. That's important. Because you have to explain to people, talk to them, because you talk, but it makes no sense on other people if you are not mentally equipped. Those who are just attached to Sir Yoga with heart must equip themselves also with mind. Must understand Sir Yoga with mind. It's very important. And those who only understand with mind should understand it with heart. Alright?
Reading the Advent Mother is very useful, very helpful to
Advent.
overcome this problem,
Yeah.
because I
All
have
right.
the same problem.
Try to read Advent, explain to her, let her understand. How are you? You never came to the...
Unfortunately, I had to work.
I see.
But I'll try and get some later on.
काय तुमचं ठीक चाललंय? बरं. आणि मंगळसूत्र? You got 2, 1 is sufficient. 1 you keep it for the next future. You get 2 guys. 1. Only 1. That's all. Just put it in your hand. ये हर बार पीतल का बनाते हैं, एक सोने का बना के रख देना चाहिए, है ना रुस्तम? एक सोने का बना के यहाँ आश्रम में रख देंगे, पीतल का ठीक नहीं देना पूजा के लिए. You must get one made in gold. When I go to India, I'll get you one. It should be used for puja, क्योंकि देवी को पीतल का नहीं पहनाते. And the same can be used every time. May God bless you.
Mother, please forgive us for any mistakes we made in doing our puja.
May God bless you. Make a list now and get it verified sometimes and make a complete list, you see. So whenever you go there, try to remember. Keep one ready. Otherwise, don't ask for it, because it goes little funny then, isn't it? Doesn't look all right. Because you are such mature Sahajogis. It is all right for children to make mistakes, but you are all matured people, so it doesn't look nice. May
Mother,
God bless you.
for us that we do not know so much the protocol of pujas and how to behave in various aspects towards you, how do you suggest we should educate ourselves?
Next time when I'll give you a lecture on this, all right? It requires a real one big lecture, Maria. Huh? May God bless you.
Mother, someone's bringing you some food. Someone's bringing you some food.
Food is being brought in.
No, you see, my family people are going to have food with me. I'm sorry. They are all at home. I'm sorry. I have to go.